Hello blockchain developers. I know how important it is for the blockchain developers where they have to create custom token which is going to be adaptable in Ethereum blockchain network. Keeping that in view, I have written this particular program where I will teach you the implementation of ERC20 standard, with the help of which you can create your own token that can be easily acceptable by any Ethereum blockchain network. Actually, ERC20 is an interface that contains some of the abstract method, and in this video I will explaining the definition of those abstract method. And for that reason, as you can see over here, I have created this particular interface keeping in view of the ERC20 standard, and here I have created my smart contract which is inheriting the ERC20 interface, and over here I've given the definition of these abstract methods. So let me first compile my program, and the program has been compiled successfully. Let's come to the deployment part, and before I deploy, let me show you the account which I'm using, the very first account that is provided by Remix IDE. So as I click on the deployment and the deployment takes successfully, now let me show you my smart contract and all its functionalities. These are all the things that we are going to come across. So let me get into the smart contract first. As you can see, these three are the public variables, so for that reason these variables are right over here. I've given my blockchain name, the smart contract name, as my token. So if I click over here, you will be able to see the name as my token. The symbol which I'm using is MTN. The symbol, if I click over here, that will be MTN, and the decimal place will be 18, because that's what the standard Ethereum blockchain or even the Bitcoin also follows the same number of precision. So I will talk about this as well. So decimal will be 18, so let's click over here as it is 18 right over here. Now apart from that, over here there is few more variables. I will talk about this, and there is some key value pair mapping which is very important, that also I will work on this. Now let's come down to the constructor part, which is quite important, and let me explain you the constructor, what actually it is going to do. So over here I have created a variable. Actually it's been override, that means actually this variable has been right over here. So this is a form of function, so I'm just giving a call to that function, and here it is, I'm defining that. So what I'm doing over here is I'm telling that, look at this value, it is actually 10 lakhs, or you can say it's 1 million. So 10 lakh into 10 to the power 18, because that's the number of set precision we want. So what I'm saying is I want to create a token that has got around 10 lakhs token. I want to create a 1 million token I want to create, and each of these token can be divided into 10 to the power 18 smaller part. So once you do that, you will be getting 1 followed by 24 zeros. That is what you will be getting. So initially I'm saying that I want to come across 10 lakh token, and each of these token would be having 18 decimal place. Okay, that means after like what you can see over here, look over here, even in the Bitcoin also you will find this like 0.1, or you can come across like 0.001. In this way the Bitcoin actually is been implemented, right? Because we don't work on the whole number, but we work on the fraction. So 18 decimal place is actually acceptable. So that's what I'm assigning to the total supply. So if I click on the total supply, like over here, I will be getting that much value, 1 followed by 24 zeros, that is coming right over here. Now look over here, I have got the owner. Now who is the owner? The owner is the address who has actually deployed, and I have initialized it with message.sender, which is my global variable. So the owner is the address that this particular smart contract holds. That is the owner. And if I want to check the balance of the owner, so balance, and as you can see over here, it's in form of a key value pair. So the key is the address. The address is the following address that is over here, and that address has got this amount of data, or this amount of token, you can say. So my token, okay, that's what you can say. I cannot call it ether now. This is like my custom token which I'm creating. So you can go and check the balance over here. So here I have got the balance. So I need to pass the address. So let me copy this address from here, and after copying this address, let's come to the balance over here. I put the address over here, and next click on the balance, and that's what you see, 1 followed by 24 zeros. So that is the current number of token that the owner has got, and that is what the constructor is doing. Still, I have given the comment statement so that you can go through it slowly and steadily. Okay, so now let's come to these functions. So over here, the first abstract function is called balance of. So you can see over here balance of. That means you can check what is the balance of the owner. So again, address has already been copied. So let me copy the address once again, and let's come to the balance of. Let me expand this, and here I'm going to paste the address. So I'm saying that in this particular function, give me the address of the owner or any smart contract. Okay, I mean any of the account, not the smart contract, rather any of the account, and it will return me the balance. So currently I'm passing the address of the very first address, who is the owner of the smart contract. So as I click on this, so you would be getting exactly 1 followed by 24 zeros, because that's what I have just now written over here. Because of this line, the same thing will be coming out, right? Because has been no deduction. So that's what the first abstract method balance of is going to say. Now let's come to the second function, transfer. Now what you are saying over here, it's saying that the owner can transfer some of his token or her token to a particular account, and you will be mentioning how much you want to transfer. That's what it is saying. Now of course, before you transfer, we must check that the amount that you want to transfer, whether the owner actually have that account or not. I mean that balance that the owner have or not. Okay, that also we need to see. So let me see over here. Let me close the balance of. Now let's see over here. So I'm checking whether the balance that I want to transfer to the owner has got that or not. If the balance is greater than the transfer amount, then we will pursue. Okay, otherwise we cannot pursue. So what we will do, the balance will be deducted from the owner, and that balance will be added to the account where we are, to whom we are sending. Okay, that's what we are going to do over here. So let's come to this particular function. The function is called transfer. Here is the transfer function. Here is the transfer function. So the owner address I have taken already. Okay, and I have to pass to whom I want to transfer. Let's go with the last account. That is 148. That means this account I want to transfer. Okay, so come to the transfer, because this is the function, and let me expand this. So here, this account I want to transfer. How much I want to transfer? I want to transfer, suppose 1000 my token. That's what I want to transfer. Okay, and before I execute, I have to get back to my root account. That means the account where my smart contract is deployed. And now I will click on the transact function, I mean transact button. The moment I do that, the transaction is successfully executed. Now what we can do is that we can check what is the balance of the receiving account. So that means some ether has been deducted, right, from my owner smart account. That also I can check. So let me check the amount of token that the owner has got now, because after the transfer that will be reduced. So initially it was 1 followed by 24 zeros. So of course that won't be there anymore, because there has been a transfer of 1000 my account. See over here, there has been a deduction because of 1000 I have transferred. So that's the transfer has taken actually. And the account to whom I have transferred, let me go and check that one. Let's come to that receiving account. Let me copy the address and let me come to the balance, and this account has received how much? 1000 of my token. Look over here, it has received 1000. So that's how the transfer is actually working. So transfer means physically you are deducting certain token from the owner's account and you are transferring it to someone else's account, like what we do in case of a banking system. You transfer certain amount from your account to the other person account. Okay, that's what the transfer function is all about. Okay, now let's come to the approve function. This is somewhat very different. Approve means telling that I'm giving a permission to an account that account can use certain amount that I have given the permission that that account can utilize, but I'm not actually sending the amount to that account. Sound confusing, I know. Again, I'm telling, suppose this is the owner smart. Let me come back to the owner smart contract. This is the owner smart contract. This owner is saying that I will give a permission to some other account. I'm not taking the last one because last one I've already used it. I'm going for a fresh one. Suppose I'm saying that this account, I'm giving him a permission that he can use some amount which I will be approval, but the actual amount is not getting transferred in his account. That amount is still with me only. Okay, that's the difference between transfer and approve. Okay, so let me show you now. So here I'm sending, telling that who is my receiver, who is my spender. The spender I have to write. So let's come over here. Let me choose the second one, 225. So this account I'm going to use. Let me copy this. it has been copied. So let me come to the approved. So here is my approved. Yes, here it is. So I am saying that this is the address whom I'm giving the approval. So sorry, not this is the approve is where it is approved. Just a second. This is allowed. Approve is once a minute. Let me close all these tabs. So many tabs open. That's the reason I'm getting a bit confused. Yes. Allowance and transfer is done. Approve, sorry, it's over here. So I'm telling that this is the account whom I will be giving the permission. How much he can use? The person can use, suppose 10,000 of my account. Okay, 10,000 permission I'm giving. So it's just an approval, and before I fire, I have to get back to my initial smart contract. Okay, so the parent smart contract I have to do. Again, I'm saying, I'm giving the approval that this particular smart contract can use 10,000 my token, but actually this account does not owe the 10,000. That 10,000 is still with me only. So let's click on the transact button, and the transaction has been successfully generated. Now what I can do is that I can just check this one, and if I want to check the balance, as I said, the balance will not be coming in this account, because the amount is still with my main, with the root of the smart contract. So if I check the balance, it will be 0, because officially that has not been transferred. Okay, so that's what the approved is saying. So let me show you how the approve function has been stated over here. So approve is saying, again, if the amount which I want to give the approval, first I need to check whether that amount is with me or not. Okay, if that is so, then only I can go ahead, and the approval has to be in a positive number, not a negative number. So that amount which I am transferring, the receiver will be accepting that amount, right? The receiver. So this is the here a very beautiful thing is there. Look at the allowed. Allowed is also like over here, see, allowed is also having a key value pair, and it has got a double key value pair. Look over here, there is an address, as a key, and the value again is an address, and inside that address there is the data. So that means what? Look at the definition, then it will be easy for you to understand. I'm saying that this is the actual owner. The owner has given the permission to this account that this much value that account can utilize. Again, I am saying this is the owner, the spender, the sender rather. This is the owner. This is the spender who can utilize this much amount of value. If there is any other value previously given, that will be incremented. So plus equals to is there. Okay, so that how the multiple key value pair is working, and that's the reason over here, as you saw, that initial address is given. That is the one who is the owner. That owner is giving the permission to the spender that this is the spender address, and this is the amount that the spender can utilize. Okay, so that's what the approved function is been done. So now what we can do is that we can go for checking. We can go for allowance. Allowance is how much approval has been given to the account that we can check. So allowance will give me, so look over here, in the allowance I will pass first the owner address and the receiver address, and it will return me the total amount that we have allowed that account to be utilized. Okay, so let's come to the allowance now. Let me close this one, and here is my allowance. So if I open this one, first I have to write the owner. So let's come to this. This is my owner account. So let me copy this. So here I'm giving the owner, and now I have to write the receiver who has actually received the permission. So this is the one. So let me copy this one and let me put it over here, and this will tell me how much the person has received. So let me come and let me click on this, and the person has received 10,000. See, 10,000 is the amount, and I already told you that actually this amount has not been given to the sender. It is just with the owner only. Just the sender has the spender has the permission to use this much amount from the actual balance. Okay, so that's what the allowance has been done. So now comes the last function where the spender can use the amount. This is very interesting. Okay, so look over here. In case of TransferFrom, here I'm saying what? I'm saying the actual address. Okay, let me execute the program. Let me call this function, then it will be easy for you to understand. So TransferFrom. Let me come to the TransferFrom. So here I have got what? I have to tell who is my actual owner. So actual owner is the first one. So let me come to the actual owner, and let me take the address of the actual owner. This is the actual owner. So let me put that address over here. Okay, and how much amount I want to transfer, that I will put over here, but to whom I want to transfer. So now I will be choosing another account. Second account I will not choose because this person will be responsible for transferring. So I'm going to choose, suppose 3B2, this account. I'm saying that this account I will be transferring the my token. So let me copy this one, and here I'm putting that this account will be receiving the amount. Okay, and how much amount I will receive, that is called 5,000. But be very careful, before you execute this, you have to change your address account, that this is the account who is responsible for the transfer. So you need to select this one, because this account actually has a permission to do the transfer. Although it is transferring from the root, but still this account will be liable for transferring this amount. So this account has to be selected over here. And now I will fire the smart contract. Remember, it has got 10,000. So let me bring it to 4,000 so that it would be like 6,000 that will left over. So let me click on this transact, and the transaction takes place successfully. So because of this transaction, now what happens? This particular account, that means this account, sorry, this particular, this particular account has got, you see, it was initially having the limit has gone down, right? So let me choose this address again, and let me see how much allowance, how much he is allowed now. So let me come over here, and let me go for this one, that this account, how much the balance of, okay, let's come over here. What is the balance? The balance will be 0 because that's not what the thing is, but I want to see the allowance, how much he is left with. So let's come over here, and let me remove this one. If I put it over here, the balance will be again 0 because actually that amount was not deducted, but the limit is now been approved, limit is now been reduced, right? So let me come over here. This was the amount that was been deducted. Transfer amount is already been done. Transfer form is also been done. Allowance. So let me see how much is. So this was the allowance. That means the owner has got this, and this is the one who is receiving. So let me give a call to this and see, only 6,000 is left over because this particular account was allowed to transfer 10,000. Out of the 10,000, 4,000 the account is already utilized. So this account has already utilized 4,000 in transferring. So naturally this amount is now reduced down. Okay, so it has come down to 6,000, and the account who has received this amount, let's come over here and let's see whether that amount is reflected over here. So we can go for balance. So we can check this one over here, and let's see whether it has received the balance or not. Yes, it has received the 4,000. That is what the beauty is. So you need to go through this particular function very well to understand that how the transfer form is working. Remember, in case of transfer form, you are giving a permission to another account. Actually, this account which you are giving the permission, later on this can be a wallet also. That means you are giving a permission to a wallet that the wallet can use this much amount of token from your account. Although wallet do not have that amount with the wallet itself, but the wallet has a permission that this much amount the wallet can utilize from your account, and that's what the thing we have seen right over here. Okay, so with this we have gone through all the functions that is there in the ERC20 standard. I believe this particular video will be very helpful. Please go through this video repeatedly to make yourself clear about this, and in my next video I'll be working on some more amazing thing on blockchain. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.